What's going on? It's your boy King Phenom here. Before we get into this week's videos, I just want to take a brief little moment to let you know about this new product that I've been using recently. For all my cigar smokers out there, like if you're like me and you love smoking a cigar, but you know that you can never fully finish it because it gets too hot to get to the end. Well, my father put me onto this. This is called a Pagar pipe. Like the first pipe designed for cigar smokers. And I know what you're thinking, but Phenom, you can just get any type of pipe and just put a cigar in it. That's true, but in trying to mush a cigar down to a pipe, especially depending on the gauge, you can ruin the entire cigar. With the Pagar, it's designed specifically to hold all gauges of cigars. You just put it in, twist it, secure, which allows you to smoke all the way down to the sweet spot. And to all the cigar smokers out there, you know about that sweet spot. So head on over to BagarPipes.com. Let them know Phenom sent you and order you a Bishop. We also have the Big Bill, the Little Bill, and the Hold'em. Once again, that's Pagar Pipes, P-I-G-A-R, pipes.com. Welcome to the kingdom, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy King Phenom here, along with the boy King Serious.
Yeah.
Man, we got some shit to talk about.
Liam Neeson is fucking up.
Liam Neeson is fucking up.
And, okay. I look a little disheveled right now,
because we just had it out.
Me and Phenom were literally just yelling at each other before we started rolling.
Yes, we were.
Because Liam Neeson is fucking up. Okay, that whole shit with the interview.
Hold up. No, Liam Neeson is not fucking up. Liam Neeson fucked up 30 years ago.
No, he fucked up when he said the shit in the interview.
Nah, he fucked up 30 years ago when he had those thoughts.
That means he's still fucking up.
No, that means he's stupid for admitting it. There's a difference between being stupid and fucking up. Fucking up is going out with an Akash talking about something, I'm going to kill any random black person.
I mean, yeah, that's fucking up. No, and fucking up now is admitting it 3 weeks ago in an interview.
I mean, but how are we supposed to always talk about you can't learn anything if you don't share your experiences? You can't grow if you don't let people know shit. How are we ever supposed to fix the racial divide if we don't communicate on things? So someone communicates on something, and it's just how dare you think your thoughts 30 years ago?
No, fuck that. He's 66 years old. Take it to the grave. No, I don't want to. Look. Liam Neeson has just went from my favorite father figure that if I'm in trouble, I want him to come find me. My favorite Jedi that only lasted one movie, but to me, he was still a pretty good Jedi. And some other shit that he just did. I don't know how I feel about this dude now. I mean, I'm not saying that I hate the dude because, it was fucked up what he did, and, the thought of it is pretty fucked up. But it's just I've got true mixed feelings about it, and I'm a little upset, and I feel like I deserve to be upset.
I didn't say you don't deserve to be upset. I'm just, right now, I feel like, I hate to say it, I kind of feel like I'm being the dude. I was I'm just looking at it from a logical standpoint.
Just don't.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not letting my emotions take me over. Was it fucked up what he said? It was hella fucked up. It was stupid. But at the same time, if you what does they always say? The best way to show that you've changed is by changed behavior. If someone comes to you and they tell you, hey, I used to be this fucked up person. I used to do this, but that's not me anymore. Can you accept that they said they might have done some things? So you've never done anything in your life that you could have been arrested for that would have made someone beat the shit out of you? Never.
Absolutely not.
You're lying.
Absolutely not.
You're lying. You were so lying.
Fucking Boy Scout.
You've never done anything in your life to where if the spotlight was on you, that you would be complete. No one is completely clean. The way I see it, I know that 30, 40, 50 years ago, things used to be a certain way. Shit, 10 years ago, things used to be a certain way. There used to be words that I could say freely that I know now would have people look at me like I'm crazy. There are certain behaviors just in the last decade and certain phrases just in the last decade. If we say them today, oh, you're so misogynistic, misogynistic, toxic masculinity, homophobic, anti-LGBTQ thing, and you could not even be thinking about it. or even care about it. But nowadays it's different. Like, there are just so many different things, and you have to learn how to evolve and grow. If a man says, I did this 30 years ago, and thinking back on it, or like thinking in the moment, once I got to a certain point, I was like, what am I doing? And then I went to go seek help. You tell people, like, we tell people all the time, you need to seek help. You need to, like, in order to fix yourself, you have to seek help. He was broken at a time, and then he went to go seek help. And now we're bashing him for telling us about a time when he was broken and he went to seek help. He's fucked up. He should deserve, like, he definitely deserves some backlash, because he's not, like, because he shouldn't be seen as, oh, he's trying to jump in and defend his friend. But at the same time, it's just like, in my head, I'm like, I'm happy you don't think the same way 30 years ago that you think. I mean, I'm happy you don't think the same way now as you do 30 years ago, because that's fucked up and that's dangerous. That's all I'm saying. Everyone is prejudiced. I was like,
I understand where you're coming from. It's just something that I just can't.
That's because you, like, emotionally, you just can't. Emotionally, it's just an emotion for you.
No, to me, and I could be a piece of shit person for saying this, but to me, what's fucked up is that I really like Liam Neeson, and I thought he was a cool guy until this moment. This is some shit you just don't need to talk about. You said back then it was a different time that they lived in. It's a way different time that we live in now. If you don't have to say that you almost killed the black guy, because not just like the black guy that committed the crime, but just any black guy
And
that
so,
you could. He said he went looking for that
a
dude
black bastard
for a week. That means within that week time frame, any black person that stepped up to him on the streets could have been dead.
So you ain't never been mad at somebody for more than a week?
No, son, okay, hold on. Okay, because
You've never held on to any type of anger or resentment for more than a week.
What you're asking me is way different from what he was doing.
No.
You're saying, have I ever been mad at somebody for a week?
I'm talking on the two truths. The two truths is,
I've been
like
mad
a
at somebody
dumbass,
for a week.
he went out looking for revenge.
He went
But the
out.
second
He
but
went
the
actively
second but the
out.
second but the
He
second
went in
part
them
is
streets
the second
looking
part is
for-
he did not do anything though.
because he couldn't find a black person. I don't know
didn't
where
do
he
it.
was.
He didn't
where
do
he
anything.
couldn't find a black person. He said, I went out with a kosh. I don't know what a kosh is. I've never seen one, but they said it's a crowbar. I went out on these streets with a crowbar looking for any black person, any black bastard. We both know the nigga said nigga. All right. Any black nigga, any nigga in these streets.
Well, 30 years ago, if you had a hard time finding a nigga, you was probably in a country where they wasn't saying nigga.
Or in Ireland or wherever he was from. But anyways, he went out actively looking for somebody. That means at any random moment within that week while he was still in his rage, anybody could have gotten it. And he did. It was like just any dude, just any. It could have been a teenager. It could have been. It could have been an adult. It could have been anybody. It could have been any black person who randomly bumped into him.
So
while he was holding his kosh.
where I come from, the point of where I understand it, but I'm also happy that he didn't act on it, because I think of the world. I'm thinking of the world. I'm
happy that he didn't find.
I'm thinking of the world we live in today. We have the world we live in today. We project a lot of stuff on other people based on race, based on sex, and we can say that we don't, but it is so true. Like, there are blocks getting shot up and innocent people getting shot, not because they did something, but why? Because someone else was looking for someone else. You don't have to match the description all the time in order to get hurt. Is that not true?
Oh, that's true.
Like, we live in, like, I grew up in a time where I know people would associate a whole bunch of things with just a certain race. Like I told you earlier, I had an older black guy at my job who was just like, no, it's completely fucked up what he said, but I like how Americans like to get all in their feelings. Like, when 9/11 didn't happen, they weren't going around beating up random brown people just because the terrorists were brown. And I didn't say act on it. I said beat up. I watched what's the guy's name on Netflix right now? Hassan Minhaj. I watched his stand-up comedy where he talked about people were calling his house, threatening him and his family after 9/11, going to his house, throwing bricks through windows, throwing bricks through throwing bricks at the cars, fucking up their cars, acting on something, not because they actually did something, but because they looked like the people that did something. People inherently,
wrong.
It's still wrong. What I'm saying is, we can't act like there aren't plenty of examples, like even recently, where people don't take their anger in certain situations and project them onto other people.
And that's fucked up.
And it's fucked up. But at the same time, you can project that on other people. But if you don't commit the actual action and then you go to seek help because you realize that what you're doing is wrong, I can't completely condemn you.
I think that's where we're coming at a cross here, because you're like, yeah, if you don't actually commit the act. What I'm saying is, he left the house.
See, but here's the thing.
You're commit the act.
Here's the thing. You're going on the hypothetical of if he did it. If he did it, this would be a whole different conversation. I'm talking about the actual fact of he didn't do it.
That stopped him.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what factor.
That he couldn't.
It
find
doesn't matter
a black
what
person.
It doesn't matter what factor caused him not to do it. The fact is he didn't do it. I was like, it doesn't matter.
So that makes it less wrong for going out on half the thought.
Like
he
I
left
said,
the house. If I leave the
like
house,
I said,
if I leave the house,
did I not say two things could be true?
If I leave the house
two
with
things.
a gun, like, yeah, I'm definitely going to shoot a nigga today. Like, I'm still pretty fucked up.
You're still pretty fucked up, but you know what? I would look at you a lot differently if you left the house to go shoot someone and you actually shot someone.
Where?
We've seen that in movies growing up. Where young black kids would take a gun with the mindset of shooting someone, and then they wouldn't shoot the person, and we're just like, look at that right there. See, he could have taken the easy way out, but he didn't take the easy way out.
Like Friday when Craig could have shot Debo, when Craig should have shot Debo, because that was a big nigga, and he should have shot Debo.
I was like, Q could have shot Bishop.
Q should have shot Bishop. Because Bishop was extremely loose and reckless.
I'm just saying though. Like you keep saying shit. All I'm saying is, the going out looking for someone to kill, that's fucked up. But I'm happy that he acknowledged that it was messed up and that he went to go seek help. There are a lot of people out there who they might acknowledge that it's messed up and they don't try to seek help, and then eventually they like that shit might come back on them, because it's just like you might have done a lot of fucked up things to me because you've been drinking. But if you come to me and you say, I was an alcoholic, I have so many issues, I went to go seek help, to go seek treatment for myself to battle this issue, then I can
First
still
of all, what I just
still
learned,
remember.
side note, what I learned, you're not an alcoholic until you go to seek help. And before you seek help, you're just a drunk. Divorce court
says it very, very differently.
I said that was a sign. You're a drunk until you seek help. Once you seek help, then you're alcoholic. Go ahead, go for it.
What all I'm saying is, I don't have to forget what he did.
Oh, and we never.
But
know.
I can still, at the same time, be a little happy that he did not act completely on the entire thing.
I mean, you say hypothetical. I say fucking happenstance. It's just because no black person crossed this path for a week.
I mean, but still, you don't know though.
Like, that's how thin the line is. Like, that's how thin the line. Because he didn't see a black person for a week, he didn't do anything. Oh, I'm sorry, not a black person, because his female friend was raped, so it would have to be a black male. So because he didn't see a black male for a week, whoever the fuck he was, then okay, he's human. Fine. He went and sought help and things like that. That whole other dark side of the story that also could have happened if he ran into a black male.
That's
some dark shit.
We have so many stories of what happens when the dark shit actually happens, and it sucks and it hurts you to your soul. And so I guess I'm just like, in my head, I'm so happy that he didn't do it. And I'm not going to make you out to be a savior, but I'm like, at least you recognize somewhere along the lines that it was fucked up, because he could have gone full death wish, and that shit could have lasted more than a week. He could have gone 2-3 weeks. He could have been like, you know what? I'm not finding any black people in this area. I'm gonna go to
stop some crime.
I'm gonna go to a different country where there's more black people maybe and kill some black people. Like, the fact of the matter is, the thought, no
so
matter.
now we're at a thin line from him being a serial killer.
What I'm saying, I mean, apparently there's always a thin line. If you're willing to commit a murder, then you're almost willing to be a serial killer. Isn't that right? I'm just saying, I'm not saying forgive him. I'm saying, me personally, I understand what he was trying to say, because as a person, there have been times when I've projected my anger on someone else who did not deserve that anger.
Nah.
And I've actually done it. I might not physically hurt anyone, but there are times, like I said earlier, it's like there are probably kids out there who have been yelled at and abused by certain parents, not because they've done anything, but because someone else did something to them, and you just happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, so
you know what he could have did with that week? Because you know how I feel about vigilantism. You know how much I fuck with Batman.
What,
and
he
the
could have
Red
just
Hood
walked
and
the
all that
streets
shit.
just waiting to find somebody else that was about to get raped and start beating the shit out of people?
He could have actually put in some thought into that shit and went to go find the nigga that actually raped his friend.
Yes,
If he'd have
could've.
did that, I'd have been boom, justice served. Because you know how I feel about shit like that. Like, if you do bad shit, like eventually bad shit is gonna catch up with you. So.
Like I said, he was projecting his anger. He was projecting
But just
his
on
anger.
anybody, I wasn't alive 30 years ago, but if I was, I could have accidentally been hit with a kosh because I was black and I walked past Liam Neeson.
I mean, that could have happened.
And I'd have been completely innocent. And I'd have been like, why is this white dude with this accent fucking me up with this
the same way.
crowbar?
I mean,
right now, what did I do?
The same way you could have just been an innocent police officer in Dallas doing your job, like watching protesters at a rally, but you got shot because of something another cop did.
As much as I would love to get into that, will stretch this out for at least another half an hour.
Like I said, don't forget. Like, I'm not saying forget. I'm just saying, for me personally, if you can honestly look me in the eye and tell me that there's nothing in your past that if it came out today would not totally change the way some people look at you. Kudos to you.
Fuck no.
Yeah, everyone has one secret where it's just like, if I told someone this secret, you ain't really lived if you ain't got one secret where if you told somebody, they would look at you in a different light. And two, you can't tell me that you can't tell me that you've never projected your prejudice on a race of people based off of the action of one person.
My prejudice on a race of people? All right, if you're going to put it like that, fine. I do that shit every day because I've seen Roots and I've seen Rosewood. You seen Rosewood?
I've seen Rosewood.
Rosewood is fucked up.
It is.
After watching that movie, you will project your anger on the whole race of
D.L.
people.
Hughley said he grew up when Roots came out, and he said that the white people in his school were getting harassed because people saw Roots. Those white kids didn't have anything to do with it, but you know what? I saw this. This made me mad. I'm going after you.
I mean, I'm not saying that you should beat somebody up for it. Just
I'm
don't
like,
trust them niggas.
I'm just like,
that's all I'm saying.
Man, it don't help that I already got a little sore throat, so we get into this. Look,
I don't know what to do because I really wanted to see this movie, man, and I don't know how I feel about this cat.
I see it. I just see it as a learning experience, and I'm just like.
So are we saying like all racist people just need help? They just need to talk to somebody, and then they won't be racist no more, and we can forgive them.
I'm saying that in this
society,
I'm saying that in this society, what I always hear people say is that we need an open line of communication in order to fix things, and we'll never be able to fix things if we don't have that open line of communication. And so when someone gives you an open line of communication, you can't just immediately start to try to throw them into the fire. Sometimes the truth ain't going to be comfortable, and in order to grow, you have to accept that uncomfortable truth. You have to accept the uncomfortable truth that an actor that you liked 30 years ago had some really dark racist thoughts that could have led him to murdering someone of your race just based off of something that happened to someone else that might have not had anything to do with the person that he could have killed. That is so true.
I mean, It's crazy.
It's crazy. But
because like if I was in that position, like, you know, a friend of mine gets raped and I'm like, well, who did it? And they're like, yeah, some white guy. Like, I'm not gonna be patrolling these streets waiting for a white dude to whoop his ass.
Okay,
son.
and so you might not take it that far, but I guarantee you
If
might have
anything,
some
I'm
more.
to find the white guy that did it. If anything,
I'll say this: you might not take it too far, but can you honestly tell me that if you heard that story and it was a white person, you might not be like, oh, I'm gonna go kill some white bastard, but you can't tell me that you wouldn't walk around with a little bit more aggression and attitude toward white people.
nah, I wouldn't. Nah, like I wouldn't. No, like I said, my energy would be fueled to finding that one person.
I don't know about that.
I've been in situations like the story that he told. Like, yeah, that story kind of sort of happened to someone I know or whatever. And I'm like, not looking to beat up everybody. Like, if anything, I want to find out one person and make him pay. Like,
you're not looking to beat up everybody, but there's definitely been times when you've projected your anger on someone else who didn't deserve it.
No, and in that case, that's like, okay, that's right. I've done it before. Of course, not to that extreme.
And that's what I'm saying. It's definitely an extreme what he did. It's
everybody.
I can't even say. It's to the max of extreme. Like, if this is the line to extreme, that nigga was right here. So once again, be clear. I do not condone what he did whatsoever. I am only here because I think it was 30 years ago, and I would hope that someone who did that 30 years ago, if they went and sought help, that they made the change necessary to be a better person.
So will we forgive racism if racism was to go and get help? And when I say it like that, I mean just everybody who's racist. If everybody who's racist just goes and get help, do we forgive them for what they did to us all those years ago? Isn't the whole thing? Don't we want it to end? So it's just, so you can't have it both ways. You can't want to eradicate something, and then if it gets eradicated, say, do we really want to forget that it, like, I'm not telling you to forget it. I'm just telling you, like, I've never say forget it. I'm saying move past it. When you don't move past it, that's when you end up stuck in a situation. And when you end up stuck in a situation that you can't get out of, that's when more stupid shit happens. A lot of people do a lot of stupid things because they can't move past something. Like, so you just said, so we eradicated racism. No more racists. No, like, everyone's hunky-dory. But black people still go around, look at these racist motherfuckers. Still can't trust these niggas.
Exactly. So it's just like, you're not allowed, like, you can't tell me what you want, and then when you get it, you're not allowing yourself to have it because you can't move past it. Never said forget it. I just said move past it. Me and my wife do this all the time when we have arguments. Like, I don't like, and that's one thing she hates about me. I don't forget it because I'll bring it back up if I have to. But you know what? I've moved past it.
You just bring up old shit and
well, no, I only bring it up if I need an example to, like, remind her or something. But, like, for the most part, it's just like me and her, we'll have an argument. She won't talk to me for like 3-4 days. A couple hours, I'm already past it. Because I'm just like, I can't let this control me, and I can't let this take advantage. Like, I can't let this make me someone I'm not. And I'm like, it's much easier to sit around and be happy than it is to sit around and be mad. So I move past it. And that's always been my mindset. I always feel like it hurts me more if I dwell on it so much. Like, there are actions I can take to try to prevent it from happening in the future.
Right.
But I can't just dwell on everything.
Phenom, you make it hard for me to stay in my head, man. Because, like you, I'm a logical person, and, like, yeah, I mean, what you're saying is not wrong. But
yeah, I'm never
black in me, son, should just be mad. He should just be mad.
So believe me, if this story came out like 2 days after he said I sought help, I'll be like, nigga. But I'm just like, am I really gonna be mad that a 60-something-year-old, almost 70-year-old man was like, white man once had a racist thought, and he was like, I got past it and I realized that that I had a bigot moment, and that could have turned into something worse. It's like, you're doing what I want you to do. You're acknowledging that you had a fucked up past, and you're acknowledging that you tried to move past it.
Not from him, no. Like I don't
And that's
care
the- so,
that Liam,
and here's-
because I never thought of Liam Neeson as being a racist anyway. So him admitting that he did this racially fucked up.
So now
thing,
it's you
I'm
want
like,
someone. So now it's you want someone. So now it's we want the progress, but we can't but we don't want certain people to admit that they were part of the problem.
No, I'm just saying, like, we know people who are part of the problem. These are the people that we want to be like, all right, hey, I'm a fucked up person, I'm getting help. I never saw Liam Neeson as that fucked up person. So now when he's a good guy to me. Like he's okay,
So
I guess. And then he's like, hey,
you know how you kind
also-
of you remember how you used to always kind of be like all white people, like the white devil thing.
Hey, come on, son, don't bring up my past. But yes, I remember this.
So another reason why I can kind of let it go, or I can kind of be like whatever, is because I don't put it past any white person. I'm not. It's like I can be cool with you. We can be friends.
I try to.
Matter of fact, I don't put a lot of things past any person. I believe that any person is capable of any evil at any moment.
Except for this one person that I know. Oh man, if you met her, she is just the sweetest. But go ahead.
But that's why that might be another reason. It's just like, am I shocked a little bit? Do I put it past them? No, because anybody can do that any day, any moment, anytime.
I mean, I don't know, I kind of did. I guess him playing the Jedi really fucked me up.
It's like
I don't know. I just
you
thought
know what they say.
that's like all right. So that's like if Ryan Reynolds come out and be like, yeah, like I've been a bigget for a lot of years. Like we'd be like, yo, what the fuck, Ryan?
I would.
Like we'd be like blown
I would,
away at
but
that
then
shit.
but then in the back of my head, I was like, he's a white guy.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
he's white. You know, why not? No, okay.
It's just after a while, I learned after a while, stop putting people on a pedestal. Stop putting people on that pedestal unless it's going to be a really, really long fall. And I ain't ready for that fall.
I just thought he was okay, man. All right, I guess. All right, I'm not as angry as I
No,
was at the start.
I still want you to be disappointed in him.
I'm extremely disappointed.
Yeah,
still,
I want you to be disappointed.
as a matter of fact, that's almost worse than being. You ever had somebody tell you they disappointed in you, and you be like, "Damn, I'd rather you say that you was pissed off at me."
Yeah.
I'm
like I'm not going to go see Cold Pursuit. Like I remember when we saw the trailer, you wanted to go see it.
To see that.
I'm not going to go see it.
I mean,
like
I'm not
going to go see it, but part of me didn't really have an interest in it anyway, but at the same time I'm just like,
but are we going to see it if it comes out on DVD?
I'm not going to.
Are we just going? Are we canceling this dude? Because I've heard that on social media. We were canceling Liam Neeson.
I'm not canceling him, and the only reason I'm not canceling him is because it's not like it was something that happened in today's time. Like
Careful.
he said, no, I'm saying it's not like it's something that happened in today's time, and it's not like there's an actual victim from his thoughts. It's different than if we're talking about like a Harvey Weinstein or like a Bill Cosby or something like that, because there's a trail of victims.
This is true.
And you can't ignore the trail of victims.
This is true.
I can't,
especially when they're screaming out.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold him in cancel jail for a thought, because I've had crazy thoughts. Like I've had crazy thoughts. There have been times where I've just sat back before and I've just like played out whole scenarios in my head, and like when the scenarios played out, I was like, yo, that's really fucked up. Why would someone want to do that? And then I was like, and then it's gone.
Why would I think this shit?
Sometimes it's because of movies I watch. Sometimes it's because of games. It's like there used to be times when like when I be so mad, I felt like I probably could beat the shit out of somebody just because. And you know what I do? I turn on that Xbox, I put on Grand Theft Auto, and I beat the shit out of some virtual person.
Right.
If Grand Theft Auto was around, that's probably what he would have did too. He probably would have gotten in Call of Duty or something and just been talking shit.
Is it better if he gets on Grand Theft Auto and just starts killing black people on Grand Theft Auto? Is that better? I don't want to say that's not better.
Rather it happen in real life.
I mean, no, but still, nigga, that's fucked up. Nigga, that's racist shit. Like he's walking past all the white people. What if he did it in
Grand Theft Auto, and then afterwards, once he saw the trail of bodies, like, damn, this is so fucked up. I need some help.
This ain't right. He turns around and is like, trail of black bodies. This isn't right. I shouldn't be doing this.
Not like this.
If you're gonna do it, don't tell nobody.
I take this hat off. I feel like Blank Man in this hat.
Don't tell nobody. Just I mean, because the other part is, all right, my thing.
I do think it's stupid. I do think it's stupid that he said that he told people, but then it's just like the people that I feel like are at least the white people who are getting the maddest are the ones always screaming about dialogue, and it's just like, dog, dialogue is not supposed to be comfortable.
No, and you're right, and it's not. My thing is, I know for me, like, you know, you was asking me if I have, you know, anything that honestly I can't. I'm not perfect, but like, no, I don't know defining shit.
I feel like everybody has to have at least one thing that you've done in your lifetime, especially in this day and age where it'd be looked at totally different.
If somebody who's watching this knows, hit me up, because I forgot if it is. If somebody knows my shit, tell me. Don't tell the world. Just tell me.
There might
so
be
I can remember.
There might be a video to come out one day of you playing like Modern Warfare 2 and you just dropping the maggots everywhere. Like, you a maggot. That's why all you do is just sit around and
Nope. Never been a rager.
I was like, okay.
Nope. You know me. I've never been a rager. Nope. I
Fine, you might have been blown and you might have said something there. You ain't no rager, but you might be like, oh, this is such a
I've thrown a controller or two in my day.
I was like,
no, but I mean,
I used to thought that maggot word like it was nothing back in the day.
Because my thing is, if you think or do something, or you've made one of those decisions where it was fucked up, but you go get help or whatever, what have you. All right, you got help. You've changed that whole thought pattern. You're a different person, blase, blase. There's no reason to continue to bring up the old person that you was. Now, if it's brought up for you, out of your control, then that's something you got to deal with, because that's a part of your past. But you personally, which he did, you personally don't have to bring up. You don't gotta. You're not obligated to open your closet full of skeletons for nobody.
You don't. But
and it doesn't make make you a better person for doing it. It doesn't make you a better person for doing it.
Really, because think of all the people we applaud for sharing their stuff and for
Who's
being
applauding?
vulnerable.
Who?
Like, you got self-help people who we applaud. You got the daggone Wolf of Wall Street who had a whole movie made about him, made a book about all the stupid shit and dirty shit that he used to do. And we applaud them for coming clean and for getting better.
They're doing it to the benefit of them first and others. He did this at this time, as racially charged as this time is. He's doing this now to win that shit. No, Liam, you don't say that now.
So, in other words, he's saying,
and then he said that Me Too shit not too long ago.
So in other words, you're saying he's saying it when he has no type of benefit whatsoever toward him.
Exactly.
So then
you about to make him a martyr?
So what would be the point of saying it?
There's none. Leave it alone.
I was like,
that's the old you.
Nigga, that
you
was
can start
a like you could say
that only hurts his career. That only hurts.
It only hurts his career. It only hurts his career because we want the truth, but we want it to be sugarcoated.
Nobody wanted that truth. Nobody knew anything about that
truth.
There wasn't a question
this
like,
is the social media age.
There
everyone wants the truth. Everyone wants you exposed.
Never a question like, hey, Liam, have you ever had a racially charged moment in your life? And he's like, well, there was this one time. No one asked him that. He volunteered that information.
No one asked for that specifically, but in this day and age, we want the truth. We want people to live their truths and show their truths and talk about their truths and be open.
People's truths are assholes. Did you know that? There's a lot of
everyone
assholes
is an asshole
living their truth.
Once again,
and I was fine with them not living their truth.
That's why it caught you like. That's why it caught you like that, because you had to find out he's an asshole, and that's why it doesn't catch me the same way, because I'm not putting it past anybody.
Yeah, of course he's an asshole. Everybody's kind of assholeish. Why not?
It's like, because you know why? Because I've always been under the mindset that there's never been anything that anyone does that is completely and utterly selfless. Like, people have tried to bring it up in the past before. They're like, what if you donate money to something? Does it make you feel good? Like, yes. That
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Hold on. Because that's a fucking automatic built-in reward from nature. Like, that can't.
Like for like you got people who get you got those people like, oh yeah, I give everything away and I'll live like and I'll live like it doesn't matter. It's still there's no such thing as 100% completely selfless act.
You ever gave somebody a homeless person your shoes and walked home barefoot?
No, but the reward of it, like, but if there's a reward for it in my mind, I'm gonna feel happy because of the action that I did.
I haven't done that either. I was just
like
I was wondering if you did.
I got someone mad at me one day. He's like someone like a church person or something like that said something to me. I was like, well, think about it. What's your ultimate reward when you die? To get into heaven. So therefore, what are you going to do? Try as much as you want to get try to do as good as possible to get into heaven. So there's like no matter what, there's always something like no matter what, something's always going to benefit you some way, shape, or form. And so maybe he thought it would benefit him because he thought it would make him look like oh man, he was once this messed up like person with these crazy thoughts. If he can get past it, maybe I can get past it.
Who's thinking that about Liam Neeson?
A lot of people will think that now. Like I heard that he was getting like people were like shaking his hand and like hugging him when he went to go see Kelly and what's the other dude?
Thank you for getting over your racially charged moment.
No,
you really,
I think it was more so of a
that you've gotten over your moment helps me.
I think it was more of a thank you for showing me that I can be in the darkness, but I can find light if I want to. That's what some people are going to say because there are people online defending him. And a lot of those people, that's exactly what they're saying. It's like, oh man, it's like he's been an actor and this, and he's such a high celebrity. If he can succumb to darkness at some time in his life, and he can find a way out to make himself better, why can't I?
There's a lot of better people you can point at.
There are a lot of better. There are a lot of better people. There are a lot of better people that we can do.
Liam did not have to make himself that.
There are a lot of better people, but you know what? In this society, who do we put who do we put most of the pressure on? In this society, we put pressure on our celebrities. We wait for our celebrities to do something.
Is he A-list? Is he A-listing? He's not A-listing.
He was in Schindler's List.
So is he an A-list actor?
I would say he's up there.
Like he's up there with like Leo and Denzel.
I wouldn't say he's up there with Leo and Denzel, but I wouldn't put it like I would say that he's a well-known name.
I mean, he's a well-known name. What I'm saying is, if Leo was to say that shit, it's like, oh shit, nigga. Maybe you're right. Thank you. So no one's looking for that from 66-year-old Liam Neeson.
Once again, like I stated,
if Denzel wants to do that, we like, damn, Denzel, you hate
so once again,
too,
we want the dialogue. Right. We want the dialogue, and that's why you can make. And that's why people can make him out to be. And that's why people can make him out to be a martyr. Just that thought alone. You sound just like the Romans who were just like, what are you talking about? You're not the son of God. You can't be the son of God.
Did you just take it to the Bible with me?
Yep.
Okay, finish that thought.
Because think about it.
See where we going with this.
Because think about it. Like what did Jesus do wrong other than say, I want to teach people how to be better. I want to show people how to walk closer to God. I want to help people out. You had a whole group of Romans over there. Nah, no. Not from you. You can't be. It can't be you. Anyone but you. He's lying. Hang him up on the cross.
I don't think that's how that happened.
I mean,
as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure from what I can remember from the movies that I used to watch as a child that he left it up to the people and was like, hey, this is the guy who's been trying to save you. What should we do with them?
So
and
it's
people
still,
were like,
crucify him. But the same point still stands. The same point is they weren't willing to accept the vessel of the message, and because of
the Romans, the ones he was trying to save. So
it was the Romans too. They hung him. So it wasn't the regular.
They did it.
It wasn't the regular.
They did it at the.
It wasn't the regular people,
but at the mob of the people.
But it wasn't. The people that did it.
The people. Hey, I didn't do it. Matter of fact, he washed his hands. Hey, I didn't do this. The people you said you was coming to save are doing this to you. So are we saying that Liam Neeson is not Jesus? But are we saying that
I'm saying
he hung himself. He crucified himself.
The way you just said,
no one else called for this.
The way you just said that, you told me try not to make him out to be a martyr. The reason why people are going to make him out to be a martyr in this situation is because you're saying all these other people can say it, but you can't.
Yeah. You're 66 years old.
What?
I don't really care what a 66-year-old person has.
I was like, you're supposed to, but
of course,
but
you
we're
did
all,
dark
but
shit.
but you're supposed
Keep
to pay
it to
attention.
yourself.
You're supposed to pay attention to the message and not the messenger.
Fuck that message, son. The message was
And that's
dumb.
why Jesus died. People didn't like the message. People didn't like the messenger giving the message, so they was just like, bump it.
Fine. Whatever.
Ah,
So we're not going to go see Cold Justice or Cold Sweat or Cold whatever it was called. The cold stuff. We're not. So we're canceling that movie.
Taking
but his next movie.
Taking with a snowplow.
yeah. It's not this movie,
Okay,
but
so-
the next movie.
All right, and so here's my last confession before we end this.
Oh, okay.
Other than the first Taken, I don't watch Liam Neeson movies. That might be another reason why I'm not as hurt. I was like, I haven't seen Taken 2. I ain't seen Taken 3. I ain't seen the Gray.
You wasn't with me when we saw Taken 2? I mean,
Mm-mm.
I know I fell asleep in the theater watching Taken 2.
Was the Gray the one when they were in the wilderness? I ain't seen the Gray.
Nah, it was when they was in the snow with the wolves.
Yeah,
You
I ain't
that
seen.
shit? That shit
I ain't
was
see
good.
that one. I ain't see Taken on a plane. I ain't seen
I
Taken
didn't
on a
see Taken
train.
on the
I'm not
plane
watching.
or the
I
train.
don't- like, so
What was it? The Last Passenger or something like that?
I don't. Like, if you ask me the last Liam Neeson movie, I remember him, and I'm probably going to say Ted.
Oh yeah, he wasn't Ted.
That's another reason probably why I'm not that hurt.
I mean, because you know,
I'm not that. I'm not that.
I saw
invested.
like he was in Kinsey. Kinsey was to me was pretty dope.
I don't know.
He was the Jedi, you know.
I mean, yeah, I know him as Qui-Gon
Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah.
And then you know he was the Taken dude. And then since then he's just been playing the Taken dude in every other movie that he does. So
Yeah, so like that's another. It's like I never watched his movies anyway. It was like, oh, he was so good in Schindler's List. I don't want to watch a movie about the Holocaust. That's depressing to me.
like if you see
I watch movies to be entertained.
old people being action stars now, it's because of him. Right? Taken, he was old
guess so.
when he did Taken. So Taken was like, oh shit, old people can
Yeah.
still whoop ass. And then
Oh,
he
I forgot
did
he was
two.
Ra's al Ghul too.
And then he did. Oh yeah, he was.
Oh, he was
Ra's al
Zeus
Ghul.
in Wrath of the Titans,
And
but I
he
didn't go
was
see.
Zeus.
I didn't go see it because of him. I definitely didn't see Battleship.
Nope.
Let's see. I never saw Anchorman 2.
Yes.
All right, he was in the Lego. He was in a Lego movie, but that was voice acting.
That doesn't count.
Damn, you know what? I did see a Walk Amongst the Tombstones. I got to stop lying.
Oh, and that was good. I like
and
that
run,
movie
and
too.
Run All Night.
Oh, and that was good too. I like that
But
one too.
in my defense, I don't remember the storylines of those two. Like I could easily get
Walk
the,
Among the Tombstones was.
I could
really
easily
good, too.
I could easily get the two of those mixed up. A Walk Among the Tombstones. Is that the one we had the little black kid as a
Yeah.
sidekick? Okay.
Yeah.
And then Run All Night was the one when
Him and his son.
when New RoboCop was his when
Yeah.
Okay.
And Common was chasing them through the
yeah.
streets.
Okay.
and,
See, I get
Those
those,
are
two.
good movies.
I get those two confused all the time.
Damn.
So
Damn it, Liam.
to end,
Just keep
so
shit
to end it
yourself,
on this,
son.
if you want to cancel Liam, that's your prerogative. Like no one's going to hold it against you. Just don't get mad at people who don't, because some people see it as a half glass full, a glass half full. Some people see it as this happened in the past. He sought help to get better. I can't hold him for wanting to get better. While some people are like, nah, you had this thought, which means somewhere along the lines, those thoughts can always come back.
I mean, yeah.
Both sides are right. Both sides are right.
So are we canceling him or not, man?